Retreat Garden. Located in East Cape Marietta, Georgia. Be watering the garden. Want to welcome everyone and everyone that's watching that has a garden. You will be inspired by this video. This is the truth about gardening and growing your own vegetables. It allows you to create sustainability, sovereignty. In other words, you can control the quality of the food that you're eating. It's part of the most incredible benefits of being able to grow your own food, is understanding how food gets from the garden to your table. Many people only see the process in a way that they don't like. How does that happen? I remember when I was a young kid in Puerto Rico, they would teach you how to grow a garden. In Spanish, una hortaliza. Hello, everyone. This is the Tree Retreat Garden, and I was inspired by my teachers. Thank you to all the teachers that give something positive in the world, and also my mother, who was my number one teacher in gardening. My dad also planted many things in his properties, and I learned to understand how the earth can yield, Mother Earth can yield, what do you call it? Fruit, vegetables, and returns. It's where we learn everything. Hello, neighbor. So, hope that the sound of my water hose is not too loud, but
Hydration, water. Stay hydrated, everyone.
watering is essential to life. And we were sharing about the beauty of Mother Nature. You give it a seed and it reproduces, it multiplies. It teaches you how to be abundant, how to yield. It also teaches us that we learn from it. Like, you don't control what happens to the seed. You don't control what happens to the growth, how or when. You just get to be the benefactor, the witness of knowing that something happens. It's just like your body, just like Mother Nature and the earth has a system, your body has a system. In the Tree Retreat Garden here, we understand these systems that were placed by the divine, for sure. We can't make this up. Just we show up here just breathing, that's it. Thinking and talking and listening and looking, but it's very little that we can control. But we can make choices that make things happen, like planting a seed on the ground and allowing Mother Nature to do its thing. It's like God could be observed through his creation. He can, hello neighbor. Is part of the growth cycle. And so thank you for everyone that's coming in here. If you don't know what's going on here, why I'm doing this, it's actually a very meaningful garden. Just like anything in life, you can just have a garden because you need therapy. You can have a garden And I've had those kind of gardens. I have a garden to learn or to explore. I've had that garden, which is when I didn't know anything about gardening. I did everything, all the mistakes there were. Uh, it's like you don't know. You just know that if you put a certain seeds, they will grow. Then you learn there's like more details to it. Like you got to water it, you got to protect it. There's a certain type of soils that some plants like. Some require more light than others. Some of them have too much water, they drown. It's like just like life. Mother Nature or God is teaching us, the tree and the branches, the plant and its little branches. It's the same thing. It's the expression of God's divine systems expressed in our own nature, in our own life, our own bodies. So the Tree Retreat Garden is a place where the purpose of it is to teach community, growth in community with sustainable gardens, edible gardens. Uh, Part of the vision is to restore Mother Nature. Tress Crow from Green Box Homes believes in making sure that we have native plants and being careful of other type of plants that may be invasive. Some of you understand this in nature with the snakes in Florida, too many snakes, or sometimes there's too many deer, so that's why there's hunting and there's like a balance to the whole thing. So the same thing here. Tress Crow has a beautiful vision to create sustainable gardens, edible gardens, use electric type of tools so that there is less pollution and carbon footprint is less. We are being more conscious about how we live, and this garden is all about that. It's like you turn 50 years old. It's like I tell people, everybody's getting smarter unless we're not. So everybody that's older, it's like you're like excited. At least I am. That's why I think being old is cool. You get to talk to people that have understood life better and now want to move forward with what they've learned and what they can do with life. For 50-year older and older, life has only begun. Like I tell my wife, I'm 22 years old, but my mind is constantly learning. This garden, it's a testament, a strategy, a understanding of Mother Nature, mistakes, growth, and unity, community, working with other people, learning how to create a better tomorrow, better future. That's what this garden is all about. And I hope each of you can learn the wisdom out of Mother Earth. She's ready to give to you if you're ready to give to her. Hey, neighbor. You give and you get back. Like Mother Nature is like God. If you give, it'll give back more abundantly than you thought. So the Tree Retreat Garden is a place that you can have. You have your own place to grow your garden. If not, come here, come plant, come help us. We're looking forward to doing the irrigation system 2026, automation, implementation of intelligence, different timers and things that can monitor. I'm excited to be a part of an experiment called Pilot Living of Tomorrow with the University Kennesaw State. and they are creating a, hey neighbor, a new way of living for tomorrow. Like we increase the knowledge and the technology, we live better. I tell people, none of your grandparents had air conditioner. They didn't have power steering. They didn't have fuel injected vehicles. That some of them didn't have cars. And so technology allows you to make things smarter. I don't see nobody on a horse. What's beautiful about growing your own garden, you can integrate newer technologies. They say that the growing your own vegetable, for those of you that would like to make this, let's say, something that can generate income, in the university, talking to the Professor Chang from Georgia Tech, he says he believes that together with Michael from KSU, wow, Blackwell, yeah, Michael Blackwell, that the gardening can have a comeback. Imagine that the future of AI allows for you to have a car and distribute your veggies. If you don't know this, the only reason why this is hard to maintain sustainable and efficient is because growing everything and then having to go take care of it and sell it and do it all, it's very difficult, especially if you're trying to make it so that it produces more. You have to focus on this. In one aspect, we can only do so much, but with AI, we'll be able to take care of the distribution, to be able to imagine you can get this fresh produce through a vehicle company, a produce company that can deliver it. So everybody can have like an Uber for your own vegetables. You can make money from what you grow. So the Tree Retreat Garden will be able to share some of that knowledge and integrate some of the ways of living of tomorrow, the future. If you think the future is going to be the same now that we have AI, you must not know how it's being integrated and why it's replacing humans. It's because it's efficient in what it does. Just like the hydraulics was efficient, but a lot of people were fired when hydraulics were made. The horses, the people that took care of that, they lost a lot of their work. The people that did the saddles, the people that did all these things, because hydraulic machines were made, and now we have an industrial revolution and technological growth. That happens every so often, and we're currently living through the most important technological revolution of our times. AI, not only is it intelligent, it's going to apply the intelligence that we have already applied and make it exponential, meaning that it can look at new ways. The way we learn how to do things smarter is we observe and we try new ways. And we've done it with copying nature, the way, everything was made. Everything was made, hello neighbor, with a perfect design. And that is how we create things. So we have think of AI like the earth. Whatever you plant into it, it can grow, or you can make it turn into whether it's a strawberry or a blueberry, or into parsley or mint or blackberries or an oak tree. So people that don't know what AI is going to do, it's going to give us more knowledge, more understanding of what we can do with what we know. It's going to expand how good and how bad we've done things. The only reason why people are being fired is because we've learned that this doesn't make mistakes. So if you find a strategy to not make mistakes in your business, in your marriage, in your relationship with your kids, with your family, would you apply that? And so that's what AI does at the commercial, industrial, our systems, governments, employment is part of our process. Hello, neighbor. It's an electric car passing by. You can tell the way they sound. It's amazing. Sustainability is everywhere. Um, at any rate, Tree Retreat Garden, thank you for being a part of it. If you like to be a part of it, please comment. We are looking for ambassadors for our sustainability ambassadors collective, which is going to expand internationally. We have people from India, Australia, doing the same vision that we are. So we believe this to be the future of, uh, I guess, knowledge and life. My grandparents, they would grow these plants, but every time more you see that we don't do that. So they say life is like a pendulum. It goes to one side and then to the other, and it's like being born and dying. You know, we learn certain lessons through our decades of life, just like the trees and the each one has its season to yield its fruit. I don't know if the olive tree has it doesn't yield until 9 years, I think. It's almost like a human, like every 9 years, that's when you yield. Like you should be measuring your success every 9 years. What can you do? What are you preparing for for putting out as a fruit or giving? Um, uh, AI will change the world. It already is, and it'll just be more. That's why gardening is more important. For those of you that say we need to get back to the basics, there is no more basics than this. You gotta get your hands dirty. You gotta learn about plants, know what they do. Um, for those of you that are really good into gardening, uh, I could see the comments already. It's like, hey, you're not supposed to garden in the middle of the day. You know, I understand that, and I don't have my system set up yet, but it will be set up for either early morning or late evening. But it was not uh, possible, so they appreciate the water right now, and then I'll make sure they're well protected. But if you're one of those, please come over here and contribute. We look forward to creating an organization for those of you that are not close by, still want to participate, for you to be able to support the vision of what we're doing. Tree Retreat Garden is a community-driven, positive mind, sustainability, and uh, efficiency and happiness with how we live, how we, there we go, how we make the communities of tomorrow. So this is the vision. It's like, imagine that your neighborhood had a garden that you can eat from, that you know it had the best soil, the best nutrients, and it's the most nutrient dense food tested by, let's say, and compared to what you're buying in the grocery store. It's possible. I've tasted the best tomatoes from my garden and the best spices, the best peppers. And I grew up in Puerto Rico where fruits are abundant everywhere, and they become your your standard. So I grew up with in an island growing and seeing all these types of great vegetation and nutrition value. And we come to the most powerful nation, or one of the most powerful at least, when it comes to financial uh, potential. And we see the lack thereof a natural juice in any restaurant. Explain that to me. I mean, if we cared about our health, our government would create juices to be required at every establishment. And now they have to support, instead of sending money to some random thing, make sure that there's good vegetation that produces good fruit. That must be, we can create a whole industry, but we're not really looking for healthier humans. Sometimes we're looking for a better prescription to give to them that can potentially make them, what's the word I'm looking for, dependent upon that to live. Imagine that I made my garden dependent not just on water, but also on me having to give it a rare stone from the Himalayas. I have to get stones, and every time I water, I got to give it a little stone from the Himalayas. Otherwise, they're going to die, or they're not going to yield fruit, or they're going to become sick. That would be the worst garden to maintain. And especially if you don't need to, right? Like, why get things from the Himalayas from my garden to grow? God perfectly made your body like the garden. You just need water, purified water, healthy habits, good vision of provision. And the nature of the earth, well balanced, pH, well balanced for each independent plant, understanding the different requirements, produce different types of products. In other words, produce. Like, these are the biggest, these are God's products for produce. Hey, neighbor. All right. Hello to people, because it makes you connect. It's like planting the seed. If you don't plant the seed, that plant cannot grow. If you don't say hello, maybe that plant won't grow. So that's why this video is being made as well. Because if we don't document what we're doing, Anita and I have beautifully um, lived our life in a way that has been a garden of life, of planting seeds and seeing it grow and maintaining it, and not forgetting the garden of our story, of our lives, of our testimony, of who you are. The land, if every year some things disappear, they die or they freeze or they even come back, but some of them you have to replant, the annual versus perennials, two different types of plants. Some die every year, you have to replant them. That's why you keep seeds. And some of them that never die. It reminds me again of our thoughts, our mind. Some of them you have to keep them alive all the time, and some of them you have to keep replanting them. Make sure that you have the flowers, or you have that tomato, you have that pepper, the spice of life. But our lives are committed to this garden, to our future of purpose, legacy, and abundance for everyone, for our thy neighbor. I mean, that's the vision, and obviously for those that joined and believed, it's the purpose of and the strategy behind it is like we want to harvest. We want to harvest. Si quieres ser un segador, if you want to harvest, be the harvester, you must understand the garden, the dying and the disappearing and the growing. Hello, neighbor. The growing below the surface where nobody can see to then grow and yield fruit. To know that if the fig tree was cursed, what do you think people did? Nobody ate fig trees ever again? That's what some people would do. It's like, oh, Jesus cursed the fig tree. Nobody eat fig tree. That's what we do nowadays. No, you just plant other fig trees. That's why I have a fig tree, because thousands of years pass and we're not going to judge the fig tree. We're just going to say the circumstances of that fig tree, particular moment, particular place. So in reality, is understanding the land is like your mind. You can be forgiven, just like you can plant and you plant again. Tree Retreat Garden is a place to come together, community, and be a part of the future of communities and houses and developments. That's the vision of Zero Energy Development, a sponsor for this information and even for this garden. Thank you to everyone that has participated. As I mentioned, Tresh Crow from Green Box Homes, Vivek Tangudu, Christopher from our community, Boom. He runs the actual garden in Forest Chase community. This baby here, we need to help her. We have an injured one here. I want to thank multiple neighbors that have become a helping hand, and some of the new ones that are now volunteering to what we want to do. So please stay tuned. If this is something that you're a part of already, we like to create a community, what we call sustainability ambassadors, and in one place where everybody comes together like a community and shares these views. Hello, neighbor. And learn and share resources, so that it's more than just a place that you can gather, but also a place you can plant the seed and grow and get help from somebody else, help one another, build one another. That's the vision. Oh, what a beautiful day. So those of you who are asking yourselves which state we are in, it is Marietta, Georgia, 30066, where we have our garden, and you are welcome to come check it out. We will be doing amazing things this spring, summer, and fall. Thank you all for being part of this vision, and we're looking forward to the next 5, 10 years of development and growth in this beautiful vision. Thank you to all the friends that have supported us, our family, our brothers, our sisters, um, our parents that have believed in us, investors that have believed in us, and the organizations that are a part of this vision to create a healthier communities and live a better life. That's what is going to be happening from here on forward. So let your cup be half full in your life, not half empty. These plants have half the water that they need, but that's half full for them because tomorrow I shall give them more. So I hope you see your life as half full, and so that you can yield what you have to yield, and tomorrow you get more. Thank you so much from Marietta, Georgia, from the Tree Retreat Garden, from Anita, my beautiful wife, and my mentor, who has been next to me and taught me so much of Mother Nature and about the divine, and your host, servant, Armando Ortega. We are truly blessed to be a part of this journey, and we ask you to also be a part of it with us. Thank you. Stay tuned for more information and check out our website, zeroenergydev.com. Click the buttons there if you're interested, and let's create a better future together. Hasta luego.